Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a library haul. I usually don't get a bunch of books at one time from the library. Usually I have stuff on hold and so I'm just picking up like 1 or 2 books a week maybe, or every other week. But on Friday I just really needed to blow off steam, and apparently the way I do that now is to go to the library and check out a bunch of books. Like the nerd I am. So yeah, I posted a picture about going to the library on my Snapchat, and I posted one on Twitter, and a bunch of you guys wanted to know what I got because I didn't show the spine. So here I am to show you these books. There are a lot of books here, like a lot of books here. So these are not all of the books I'm going to read in the next month because that's not very likely. I'm a very big fan of using the online renewal system for my library, so a lot of times I just like check out a bunch of books and then I read through them as I feel like it, and then I renew them as much as I possibly can, and then sometimes I don't end up reading it before I return it, or I try them and they're not really for me and then I return them with no forethought. So don't expect me to read all these books, or at least don't expect me to read them within the next like 4 weeks. So first off is The Fair Fight by Anna Freeman. This is a new release. So this one actually has the 14-day sticker on it, so I do have to try at least read this book, or at least start it and see if I like it enough to read it within the next 2 weeks. I don't know a lot about this book other than Amanda Nelson over at Book Riot really loved it, and it follows a bunch of female bare-knuckle boxers, and I believe this takes place in like the Victorian era? Maybe 18th century. There you go, 18th century street fighters. So that just sounds really cool, but this is a little bit of a bigger book, but I don't know, maybe it's a fast read, so we'll see. The next book is Signal to Noise by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia. This is one of the books that I actually put on hold. It takes place in the late 90s in Mexico, and you are following this uncool kid named Meche. I don't know if that's actually how you say his name. Meche has 2 other friends who are also weird and awkward like her, named Sebastian and Daniela, and they find out that they can actually cast magic using music. So this sounds really interesting and super different than anything I'd ever heard of before. The next book that I got is The Architect's Apprentice by Elif Shafak. I don't know if I said that correctly. Apparently this woman is one of Turkey's most well-known female writers, and this story takes place in Turkey during the Ottoman Empire, and you're following a young boy who is like a servant to the king, and he ends up befriending the princess, and it's just about them as they're growing up, I believe. But let's just talk about this cover. I mean, I kind of just want to buy this book just for this cover. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one, and hopefully I'll love it so I'll have an excuse to buy this book. The next book I got was Wolf in White Van by John Darnell. There were a handful of people on BookTube who really loved this book, including Adultish Books and Max from Well Done Books, and this cover is like crazy trippy. I didn't realize how short and small this book was, so I think this is one of those books that could be read in like a single sitting or in an afternoon or something like that. So I'm excited to read this one because I've heard really good things about this one. And then the next ones that I picked up were actually all graphic novels, so that's why I don't feel as bad about the number of books that I picked up from the library. I mean, why would I feel bad? I could always just return books. It's not that big of a deal. The first one is a pretty popular one in the comic world, graphic novel world. It's called This One Summer by Jillian Tamaki and Mariko Tamaki. This one came out, I believe, last year, and I felt like I've heard only good things about this graphic novel. So yeah, I'm very excited to give this one a read. And then a graphic novel by Jillian Tamaki also is Super Mutant Magic Academy. This book I heard about through Brooke from, and I cannot remember her username right now, but her channel will be linked down below. She read this one last month and said that she really enjoyed it, so I decided to pick this one up from the library as well since they had it. And the final book that I picked up is The Cute Girl Network by Greg Means MK Reed. I was going to say Mick Reed. And Joe Flood. This is one that I don't even remember where I heard about this from, but I put it on hold and it eventually came in for me. This one, you are following this girl named Jane who is dating this guy named Jack, and she's really into him, but then she looks him up on this thing called the Cute Girl Network, which is where girls go to talk about their like ex-boyfriends and talk about if they were good people or bad people or whatever, and it turns out that everyone that Jack has ever dated has said that he is like a horrible person. So yeah, that's basically all I know, but it sounds really intriguing. So this is one of those graphic novels that sounds like it could be like really fun and interesting or like really poorly done. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that was my quick library book haul. Let me know if you guys like this video. I might do more of these things in the future since I'm not going to be buying a lot of books at the moment. Maybe every now and then whenever I go to the library and have a big stack of books from the library, I can show them off to you guys. So let me know if you liked it, or let me know if you've read any of these books and if you give them a yay or nay, or if you want reviews for any of these books or are interested in them yourselves, then I might move them towards the top of my to be read pile. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.